The Cabinet Committee on Security headed by Prime Minister Modi will grant 15,000 crore rupees to Aeronautical Development Agency for the AMCA program in early 2022, and it is expected that the foreign partner for the joint development of a new high-thrust engine for the AMCA program will be announced at the Defence Expo 2022 in March, while the agreement for the joint venture will be signed in the second half of 2022. Top officials of the DRDO Hindustan Aeronautics along with Ministry of Defence and Prime Minister's Office have held discussions with both the French engine manufacturer Safran and the British firm Rolls-Royce for a joint venture in the development of a 110 kN thrust class engine. Safran has offered its M88 forecourt to be used for the development of the new engine that can generate 110 kN thrust, for which it is ready to transfer the technology of the core section. Safran has asked $6 billion in funding for the development of this engine, for which it has agreed to contribute some of its funds, and Safran has offered a Dassault Aviation-owned Rafale fighter jet to be made flying test bed for the new engine program, and its flight trials will be conducted in France, that will be followed with production in India. Safran also wants minimum engine production guarantee in the contract, so that the program is also viable in the long run for the company. Meanwhile, Rolls-Royce has offered the development of a new core section, so that India can have complete intellectual property rights over the new engine along with upgrade options. Rolls-Royce has also given a co-development cost that is similar to the offer by the French firm Safran. Rolls-Royce will use its Boeing 747 flying testbed to carry out sophisticated measurements of the engine performance. The Rolls-Royce engine will have a verified growth potential of 20%, which means that it will not be limited only to the AMCA Mark II program, and it can be used for other programs like the Tejas Mark II and TED-BF aircraft. Ahead of Russian President Vladimir Putin's visit to India on 5 December, the Defence Acquisition Council has cleared the 5,000 crore rupees deal for manufacturing 6.71 lakh AK203 rifles at the Indo-Russian Rifles Private Limited with full transfer of technology over a 10-year period, and the final contract will be signed during the visit. Russian and Indian specialists have carried out large-scale preparatory work, and the licensed production of the rifles will start in early 2022. The deal for IGLA's very short-range air defense systems is also expected to be signed, but the Kamov 220-60 helicopter deal is unlikely to be cleared. The chairman of Bharat Electronics has said that the company will shortly sign a deal worth €25 million from part of the company that is supplying the Rafale fighter jets to the Indian Air Force. Bharat Electronics is supplying the transmit-receive modules, which is major component of the radar, and the company has supplied 1,700 of them in the last financial year, and around 8,000 numbers are in the pipeline, of which the deal for 4,000 will be signed shortly for €25 million. The company is also set to receive orders for electronic warfare systems worth 4,000 crore rupees and 3,500 crore rupees from the Air Force and the Army, while orders worth 3,000 crore rupees for naval systems and 4,000 crore rupees for the Akash Prime Air Defense System and other radars and ground systems are also in the pipeline. Germany-based Sky Power Corporation has tied up with India's Zerosum Technologies to provide customized propulsion systems for UAVs with 150 kilograms maximum takeoff weight for the local market, as well as local assembly of the engines in the future. Zerosum Technologies will establish a center to provide engine testing facility, and will also maintain spare parts in India. The Defence Acquisition Council has approved a proposal for the procurement of GSAT-7C communication satellite for the Indian Air Force at a cost of 2,236 crore rupees. The induction of GSAT-7C satellite and ground hubs for software-defined radios will greatly enhance the ability of the armed forces to communicate beyond the line of sight in a secure mode. The Defence Acquisition Council has approved a proposal for the procurement of GSAT-7C communication satellite for the Indian Air Force at a cost of 2,236 crore rupees. The induction of GSAT-7C satellite and ground hubs for software-defined radios will greatly enhance the ability of the armed forces to communicate beyond the line of sight in a secure mode. the Indian Army has initiated a major exercise called the Dakshin Shakti along the western borders, involving over 30,000 troops and assets of the Air Force, Coast Guard and multiple agencies including central intelligence organizations. The exercise is designed to validate new concepts and doctrines for integration of the armed forces and border guarding forces in the backdrop of the impending theaterization process.